Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into one of the most mysterious and beautiful parts of the Christmas story, the Star of Bethlehem. You know, that brilliant light in the sky that guided wise men from the east to a humble manger. Let's look at the verse that started it all, Matthew chapter 2, verses 1 and 2. It says, "Now after Jesus was born in Bethlehem of Judea in the days of Herod the king, behold, wise men from the east came to Jerusalem, saying, Where is he who has been born King of the Jews? For we saw his star when it rose and have come to worship him." This isn't just a story about a celestial event. It's a profound lesson about guidance, hope, and the first step of a great journey. Let's start with our first big idea. God guides seekers in ways they can understand. Think about who these wise men or magi were. They weren't prophets or religious scholars from Israel. They were likely astronomers, maybe even astrologers from Persia or Babylon. They studied the stars. The sky was their language, their field of expertise. So how did God announce the birth of the king? Not through a dream or a prophet they wouldn't know, but through a star. He met them right where they were. He spoke to them in a language they would immediately recognize and understand. This is such a beautiful reminder that divine guidance is not a one-size-fits-all formula. For Moses, it was a burning bush. For Samuel, it was a voice in the night. For Paul, it was a blinding light on the road to Damascus. And for these stargazers, it was a new star in the heavens. What does that mean for us today? It means we should pay attention to how God might be speaking to us in our own unique context. Maybe for you, it's not a star but a piece of music that moves you to tears, or a book that completely changes your perspective. Maybe it's a conversation with a friend that sparks a new idea, or a feeling of peace that settles over you during a quiet moment in nature. God meets us where we are, using the language of our lives to get our attention. He knows your passions, your skills, your daily routines. The key is to be watchful, to be a seeker, just like the Magi. They were looking up, paying attention to the world around them, and because of that, they didn't miss the sign. Are we looking up? Are we paying attention to the signs in our own lives? This leads us to our second point. Light shines the brightest in dark times. Let's consider the historical context. The Bible tells us this happened in the days of Herod the king. Herod the Great was a ruthless, paranoid, and power-hungry tyrant. He was known for his massive building projects, but also for his incredible cruelty, even killing members of his own family to secure his throne. It was a time of political unrest, fear, and oppression. It was, in many ways, a very dark period for the people of Judea. And it's into this darkness that the star appears. It's into this world of fear and control that a new king is born. The star wasn't just a directional marker, it was a symbol of hope. In the deepest night, a single light can be seen from miles away. It pierces the darkness and offers a focal point, a promise that the darkness is not all there is. When we go through our own dark times, periods of grief, uncertainty, anxiety, or despair, it can feel all-consuming. It can feel like the darkness will last forever. But the story of the star reminds us that this is precisely when light is most powerful and most noticeable. The hope that God offers isn't a fragile, daytime hope that disappears when things get tough. It's a rugged, starlight hope that is specifically designed for the night. It's a light that says, even here, in the middle of this mess, I am present. A new day is coming. The birth of Jesus wasn't a palace affair celebrated with trumpets and fanfare. It was a quiet, almost secret event, announced by a single star in a dark sky. That's where hope often begins, not with a roar, but with a glimmer of light that refuses to be extinguished. So we have God speaking in a way the Magi understand, and a light of hope appearing in a dark time. What happens next? This brings us to our third and final point. Destiny often begins with a step of curiosity. The Magi saw the star. They could have just noted it in their astronomical charts. Interesting new celestial body observed on this date. They could have discussed it, theorized about its meaning, and then gone back to their normal lives. But they didn't. They asked the question, where is he? And that question led to a journey. They packed up, left their homes, and traveled a great distance, facing unknown dangers and uncertainties, all because they were curious. They had to know what this star meant. They had to find the king it pointed to. That first step, driven by curiosity, changed everything. It set them on a path that led them to an encounter that would alter the course of their lives. How many times do we see a little star in our own lives, an inkling, a new idea, a question that pops into our heads, and we just dismiss it? We're too busy, too practical, too afraid of where it might lead. We rationalize it away. But what if we followed that curiosity? What if we took that first step? The journey of the Magi wasn't based on a detailed map or a complete set of instructions. It was based on following a light one step at a time. They didn't know exactly where they were going or what they would find, but they trusted the sign and started walking. Our own great adventures of faith and purpose often begin the same way. Not with a complete 5-year plan, but with a simple question, a nagging curiosity, a desire to know more. What if I tried this new thing? I wonder what would happen if I reached out to that person. What does this feeling of longing in my heart really mean? Destiny isn't always a dramatic pre-written script. More often, it's a path we create by taking one curious step after another, following the light that has been given to us for that day. The Magi's journey wasn't just about finding Jesus. It was about their own transformation along the way. Their curiosity led to action, their action led to a journey, and their journey led them to worship. So what can we take away from this incredible story? First, be open to the unique ways God might be trying to guide you. He speaks your language. Pay attention. Second, when you find yourself in dark times, look for the light. Hope is not absent. It's just more noticeable against the darkness. And third, don't be afraid to act on your curiosity. Ask the questions. Take the first step. You never know what amazing journey might begin when you decide to follow that little glimmer of light. The story of the Star of Bethlehem is an invitation to all of us to become seekers, to look up, and to follow the light, trusting that it will lead us to something wonderful. Thank you so much for watching today. If this message resonated with you, please give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more content like this. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. How has God guided you in unexpected ways? Until next time, take care and keep looking up.